Imagine thinking that the ideal man is a man that loves you more than you love him, and also call men you've dated narcissists. Irony. Yo, I seen this post, I think it was on Facebook, where it said, marry a man who loves you more than you love him. And it was like a bunch of like Valentine's Day style photos of like a couple and the man lavishing this woman with gifts. Cue the Swaggy P meme. What? How does that make sense? Get someone who loves you more than you love them. And the crazy thing about it was there's just a bunch of women commenting, my grandma told me that, my granddad, yep, that's what my dad told me, yep, that's how it's supposed to be. And 90% of the women, and I'm not even exaggerating the numbers, 90% of the women agreed on the original post, and it's like a viral post. I'm sure you could find it on Facebook or Instagram with similar results. I shared it on my Facebook because I get the most engagement. And sure enough, most of the women were saying, yep, sure do. Some of the women were like happily in relationships or married or engaged. I seen their engagement video pictures, or I said yes to the ring. A lot of the women on there were those kind of women. So I was just wondering, like, damn, do their husbands or boyfriends or fiancés know that they love them more than she loves them back? Yeah, that's confusing to even say. But but that's where we are. Now, imagine saying you want a man who would love you more than you love him, and then also at the same time call your ex-boyfriend or ex-man or exes in general or men in general narcissists. You don't see the irony in that? That makes no sense. But that's the reality. Now, a few things to unpack with that. First of all, that's not how it works. Like, the reality is the universe, God, or life, or however you like to frame it, doesn't work in that way. As far as romantic interactions or relationships, or just relationships in general, even if they're not romantic, you get what you are at the time you are that thing. So if you're looking for someone, or if your intent is to have a person who loves you more than you love them, so that that imbalance will find you. So it may feel like they love you more, or it may feel like they are intently and intensely in love with you and that kind of thing. It's not how it works. You get what you are at the time you are that thing. So if you're using them for that imbalance to make you feel secure, then they are inherently using you for some kind of imbalance on relationships or what they need. It's basically a leverage play. What you're describing is leverage. And love isn't leverage. Love is, see, what people do with love is they use love and they simplify it as like an emotion or a feeling. Emotions are transitory. Feelings are transitory. That means they go up, they go down, they go away, they come back. So if you're marrying somebody for love or dating somebody for love, that's only half the battle, because love for one is not even a feeling. It's not that's a small component of what love is. And so when you're basing love, or you're basing a relationship on transitory things like emotions or feelings, you're going to find yourself in an imbalance. You're going to have these ideas that you think that is true. And you say, oh, my grandma told me that, or my uncle told me that, or my dad confirmed it. One thing about taking advice, especially from an older crowd, you taking advice from people who put up with things that you probably wouldn't put up with in a relationship. You're taking advice from people who are basing their relationship advice on ideas that you don't even agree with. You're taking advice from people who have done things that you wouldn't allow in a million years. The reality is the universe or God is going to balance it out. If you have an imbalance or an unhealthy idea of how a relationship should go, or your relationship is imbalanced, it's going to balance out. And you might not like how it balances out. So, no, you don't want someone to love you more than you love them. For a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons that'll creep in to play. Possessiveness and abuse and the ideal of control. These are ideas of people who feel like they own you, possess you, or love you to death. That's just one element or component of how that can go wrong. Also, why would you want to be with somebody who you don't love as much? You'll inherently always fall short. Love is about reciprocation. Reciprocation is the word of the day. Reciprocation in a way that people think reciprocation is whatever you give, you get back. That's a simple way of understanding reciprocation. Reciprocation in the form of a relationship or a foundation of a relationship is this. Let's take a man and a woman, for example. If we hold hands tightly and firmly, and I lean all my weight backwards and I fall backwards, and the woman that I'm holding both hands, she falls the opposite way backwards, and we're holding each other. If one of us let go, we both fall. That's reciprocation in terms of a relationship.